Hello, smiley happy people, and welcome to another episode of State of Survival with me, Smias, Smeas, or however you want to pronounce it, I don't really care. Today we're looking at the new user interface from the PTR server, so let's get straight into it. First thing you'll notice is the new check-in screen, much bigger, much clearer. I like it. I didn't really like the old one, so I'm very pleased that they've changed this one. We'll have a look straight at the wilderness because for me that's one of the biggest changes. You'll see that they've put a background on the settlement identification. For me that's absolutely fantastic, especially for things like capital, as you'll see in a second when we go there. Much clearer there. On the old version, especially for someone like me who's colour deficient, the naming of the settlements was almost impossible to see on this grey background. So the background that they've got on it now makes it much clearer. So I'm very pleased about that. So you'll also notice down on the right hand side, across the bottom, that all of the icons here have changed. So they've made those a bit neater and a bit clearer. The My Settlement icon has also changed. So let's go in and have a look at what's going on building by building. We'll start in the hero precinct and we'll have a quick look at the heroes. You'll see that the hero screen has changed reasonably a lot. The heroes themselves are displayed in a slightly different way as well. You'll see that the way that you upgrade and the way that you increase their level has also changed. That's all a little bit sharper now. The other thing that's changed is the description. So if you click on the little box there, it gives you a more detailed description. And something I particularly like is the explorer and the military stats have changed, so they're much clearer. So moving on, let's have a look at the hero search. No real change here. So everything exactly the same, everything as it was before. Let's have a look now at the explorer trails. So these have changed. They're now all on paper clips. Once you go inside, no change. So I think the only thing that didn't change here was number 3. Let's just scroll over and have a look. Yeah, strange. Not sure why they did that. Anyway, so let's move on from that now. Just having a quick look at the info there. There was no real change there. So let's move over, have a look in the hospital. You'll see the icons above the buildings have all changed. No change there. So let's have a look at the research lab, and the cards at the beginning have changed, slightly different colours, slightly sharper, but once you go inside again, no real change. So let's come out and go and have a look in the troop buildings. So go into the barracks, no change here, no major change. Some of the buttons have been tidied up a bit, given a bit more sharpness. So let's have a quick look as well at the upgrade screen, see if that's changed anywhere. Troop upgrade, that is. No, again, the buttons have just changed colour slightly, but no real change there. So let's have a wander around, see what else we can find. So the icons above the resource nodes, they've all changed. Let's have a look in the training camp. No real change here, but in troop formations, they've broken it. You notice there's only 4 digits. There should be 5. If I click into it, you'll see. I'm sure that's just a font problem, and I'm sure they'll fix it very quickly. So let's have a go look at the hero selection screen. No, that's not changed either, exactly the same. But you will notice there's only 3 troop formations now instead of 4. Again, I'm sure that will get fixed fairly quickly in the main servers. Let's have a look at the workshop. Don't think there's any change here. No real change to any of the hero gear there. Let's go out and have a look in the Purification Center. If you haven't seen the Purification Center, I'm doing a separate video on that later. Let's have a look in the Institute of Plasma. No real change here. Let's go into one of these, have a look. Yeah, sharpened up the buttons as they have with most of them, but otherwise no real change. Must upgrade this to Plasma 6 once I find some more plasma, just to have a look, because I think that's going to change when I go into that. Market stall, no real change here. Slight difference on the colours. Let's go into the VIP store. Now there's a big change here. So this is all moved, as has the daily deals. That's all sharpened up a bit. I quite like that. Biocap store, yeah, that's different as well. Reservoir and state are closed, so can't look in those ones. So a bit of a change there, that's quite good. The MyGo Centre's broken in PTR, so can't really comment on that one. Let's go across and have a look at Intel Post. So quite a big change here. The icons have changed. There's a bit of a flicker as you select each one, as you'll notice there. And then the icons have changed out in the wilderness as well when you select them. And there's that broken March screen again. So, interesting. I didn't have any of the video ones there. Final Hope Supplies, no change there, apart from you might have noticed that went into the backpack. Got a separate video on that. Daily Rewards, this has been sharpened up. It's all in the same place, but I like the new buttons. Reward Stash, no change. All exactly the same. And these Final Hopes as well. Yeah, all exactly the same there. So I think that's it from a building perspective. Oh, let me just heal those troops. Oh, one troop, big heal. Headquarters, there's nothing really changed here. I went and had a look through all the skins, that's all exactly the same. The plasma area defense system's the same. Not going to worry too much about that. So a fair old change in the Alliance tab. You'll notice things have moved over to the right hand side instead of the bottom. Once you go into each tab, there's not a huge amount of change. So War tab, Alliance, Territory's the same, Timer Help's the same. The Alliance store, for those in my Alliance where I've been talking about this is from earlier servers where you can spend the gold coins. This is how you go ahead and do it. But there's no real change in this, was exactly the same as it was before. So let's go back and have a look at the Alliance crates. Yeah, exactly the same there. Alliance Tech, no change. It's an earlier version of Alliance Tech for anybody looking at this and going, well, that's different. It's not. It's always been this way. Just the later servers, you'll see a different version of it. Hero support, exactly the same. What else have we got? Territory Tussle. Bit of a tongue teaser that one, but it's exactly the same. So the settings and the Alliance members screens have changed. Again, they're a bit neater in different places, a bit sharper. Again, I like this. I like this screen. There's a few people that don't really like the some of the new screens, but I quite like them. Leaderboard's not changed, exactly the same. And the morale speed up screen is the same. Again, this isn't something that's in the later state servers. So no real change to the building upgrade screen there. Let's have a look. No, they've tightened things up a bit. Made some of the buttons look a little bit better. So chief profile, no change here. Change to the talents, so they've tidied up this screen a bit, put the talent switch at the bottom instead of the top. This is the VIP sign in. That's been tidied up a bit and made buttons made to look a bit neater. So let's have a look at the chief gear. Nope, no real change here. Showcase is exactly the same. What else have we got? Let's have a look at some of the rankings. No changes there. Stats the same. Yeah, that's all the same. Army, we've already done that one, so I won't go in there again. Leaderboards, yeah, exactly the same. No real change on any of this. It's getting a bit boring now. Let's move on and see what else we can find. So let's have a look. Big change here in the event center. So they've moved it to contest and classic. You can see each one in there. When you go into it, it's pretty much exactly the same. Some of the colors have changed a bit. I like the color changes. As I say, I'm color deficient, so actually it's quite nice for me. but the rest of it looks okay. Looks exactly the same. So let's have a look at the calendar, see if that's changed. Well, colours have changed again, made it a bit easier to see. Yeah, I quite like that. It's still only showing a couple of weeks. Well, I guess makes sense. So let's go back out, and I think the other thing that I wanted to look at, this is just the chapters if you're doing some of the early stages. It's still there in my PTR version, not quite sure why. So let's have a quick look. Don't think there was anything else in the settlement that really made much of a difference. So I think going to have a look at the Intel post again. Yes, so there is a change here. So if you see there, I'm marching, but it's not grayed out. There, I'm not marching, and it's exactly the same color. So if I go to March and then go back to the Intel post, so you see those two in the top right there, they're both exactly the same color, yet I'm marching on both of them. So I think that's a bit disappointing. I thought that was a really good improvement that they put in one of the earlier versions. So bit of a shame that they've taken that off. Hopefully they'll put it back for the main server versions. It's certainly something I've put in my feedback. So the only other thing to look at, if you look down in the bottom right hand corner, you will see 3 bars, and if you click on that, it gets rid of all of the icons. Let me show you that. Here we go. So click on it, and they go. Click on it again, they come back. Clever, eh? And they've gone again. Alright, that's it. I hope you've enjoyed this, and please like and subscribe to my videos so that I can provide you lots more. But otherwise, enjoy. Take care, everybody.